coaches Don Crum, Kate Peterson, and Kelly Tammy. The Scarlet Knights coached by C. Vivian Stringer.
Back at the Kohl Center, Craig Deshawn and former Badger Camille Williams set to bring this one to you this afternoon, the final non-conference game for each school. And the Badgers' record sitting at 8-8 thanks to a win on Friday night against Michigan in Big Ten play, raising Wisconsin's record in conference play to 3-4. But this one counts on the big record, and Rutgers has a pretty impressive record at 14-3. Their only 3 losses all coming against ranked teams, Camille. They're playing some basketball.
Truly, truly, and that is exactly their style, too, is to play a finesse type of basketball, get up and go. They're very exciting to watch, and it truly will be a great matchup for the Badgers.
Something to watch, too, as far as Wisconsin goes, are their what they call the fab freshmen, if you will. And look at the point production and rebound production so far that have come out of this freshman class. 40% of the scoring and nearly 40% of the rebounding. And right now for Wisconsin, if you look at the top, the 2 seniors, Amy Wiersma and Tanisha Boston, are out with injuries. Boston's been playing throughout the year, but has strained her left foot and could be lost for the rest of the season. And as far as leadership goes, that's a blow to Wisconsin Badgers. Opening tip-off underway. DD Pate controls for Wisconsin. She needs some help, trapped in the double team, and Rutgers, great defensive club, as Camille mentioned, comes up with a steal to open this one up. Let's see what they can do on offense. There's Wisconsin's defense as Pate answers. 2-on-1 break. Dumps it down low, and Moore connects, and Wisconsin's out in front.
And that's exactly what Wisconsin wants to do, is transition back when they have the opportunity. Very key for this game.
That's what Rutgers wants to do as well, but Wisconsin opens up with a 2-0 advantage. Moore deflects that one off Miles, out of bounds, and we talked about the Rutgers defense and probably will throughout this game, but when you're playing a defensive-minded club, suddenly you can turn it up a notch as well.
Oh, definitely. And as you look on this replay, they're very patient with the ball, but the Badgers playing in that zone defense knows where the ball is going, anticipating the pass.
There's a look at the Badgers' first points off the steal from DD Pate to Tamara Moore. Kelly Powis needs some help, and she gets fouled trying to pass that ball out. First foul of the game.
Well, the Badgers will want to be aggressive offensively and get them in foul trouble. That could also be to the Badgers' advantage. But they are aggressive defenders.
Tamara Young picks up the first foul for Rutgers. Wisconsin, a fresh clock at 30 seconds inbounds under their own hoop.
You notice that Rutgers are setting up in a zone defense as well.
And that proves to force Wisconsin on the turnover there. They can slide into the double team as well.
Well, Rutgers has a lot of quickness, and they want to use that to their advantage against the Badgers' size, because we do have a lot of size.
Young wide open from about 17 to tie this game up at 2.
And she is Rutgers' shooter, and she will nail those. You have to be aware of her where she's on the court.
Young had a knee injury earlier this year. They said she might miss some time, maybe up to 8 weeks, and she said, forget it, I can work through this, and hasn't missed a game. Jessie Stomsky with the ball. Nice spin move. Speaking of spin, she gets the home roll.
Great shot by Stomsky, being unrelentless and going in there after it. You see her battling underneath against the post, number 55. Sutton-Brown.
And she's a battler, and I'll tell you what, Camille, we talked about this and before the game actually started, the fact that you're playing on a Big Ten court here and it's going to be physical, you almost have to adjust. Vivian Stringer does her club to a more physical Big Ten style of play, and that's what Wisconsin has this year.
Oh, definitely, and throughout the Big Ten. And they want to continue to be physical because that way they can match up with their opponents.
Young almost forces another turnover, but out of bounds to Wisconsin with 16 on the shot clock.
Well, you have to use your ball fake against this team because they are so quick. You think that's a clear pass, and it definitely is not.
Stomsky almost loses the ball, but instead a foul is called down low, and looks like this one's going to go on Painter. Check that Pointer. Stomsky down in the paint for Wisconsin. A little spin move off the glass.
Boy, she is not hesitating to go to the basket. She is not intimidated by them at all in this game.
I think that's one thing that Stomsky has really shown this year. She's not intimidated at all. Certainly does not look like a freshman.
Truly on her way to becoming maybe freshman of the year for the Big Ten.
And that could be 2 in a row for Wisconsin, as LaTonya Sims was the freshman of the year a year ago. On the other end, Tammy Sutton-Brown answers down low for Rutgers. And Wisconsin still a 2-point lead. All the points have been in the paint so far for each club. 6-4 Wisconsin. Stomsky to her left. And the offensive foul on Jessie Stomsky.
Well, what they look for on that is if they go into directly into the chest area of the player. And that time she was driving to the basket, wasn't aware of the help, and took it right into her chest. And that's why she got the charge. Otherwise, that was an excellent move to the basket.
Tell you what, she is impressive with some of her moves, no doubt about that. Three-point shot is good. Shawnetta Stewart. And that gives Rutgers a 7-6 advantage. Rutgers kind of showing Wisconsin a little bit of a press.
And the Badgers not being handled or off-handled by that as well. You know, they are handling the press very well, I think.
Down low, Sims. Pretty pass from Powis.
Sweet. That was a very, very sweet drop step by Sims. Very quick move.
Young down low finds Miles off the window.
That is a weakness for the Badgers, is their weak side defense. They have to get a rotation to defend the weak side over there.
Hollis brings it up down to the corner. Sims makes the move in the paint. Stomsky battles for the rebound. Can't win this time. Here comes Pointer. Kicks it back out high. Stewart for 3, no good. Hollis the rebound. Fast-paced basketball game right now. Moore. Maybe that one was partially deflected, but it's short. Stewart on the run has Pate to beat. And Dee Pate called for the foul.
Well, anytime Stewart has the ball in her hand, you know exactly where she's going, especially if she's in the advantage, especially in that point she was. She will go to the basket hard.
There's a big bullseye on that window.
And this is very famous for Rutgers in their style of play. They like to push the ball up the court. Badgers just have to be in defensive pressure to contest it and allow an off-balance shot.
Stewart can't get the first free throw to go on the season, a 75% shooter. The junior out of Philadelphia shattered Wilt Chamberlain's Philadelphia City School scoring record by almost 300 points. Not bad company, that's for sure. Rutgers is up 10-8, a timeout on the floor. We're coming back. It's Wisconsin basketball in a moment.
Your favorite mascots will hit the court in the Battle of the Mascots, sponsored by Fox 47 and Subway. For tickets, stop by the Cool Center box office, contact Ticketmaster, or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS.
Badger hockey on the air on MSC next Sunday at 7:30 when the Badgers host Minnesota State Mankato. Wisconsin fresh off the road trip this past weekend at Alaska Anchorage and return to the Kohl Center next weekend for a good series right in the thick of the WCHA race. Wisconsin basketball, Didi paid out high. More cross court to Sims in the lane. Ball stripped away by Stewart out of bounds, and it's off of Sims, so it's Scarlet Knights basketball. Wisconsin with a 10-8 lead. I'm sorry, Rutgers is up 10-8. Miles needs some help, kicks it out to Stewart.
And you see now the Badgers have switched coming out of the timeout into a man pressure defense.
Shot clock down to 5. Corner sees an open lane, off the window, won't go. Rebound battle. And a foul down low on Wisconsin. Tammy Sutton-Brown there grabbing the offensive rebound. Something Rutgers does very well, and one of the concerns of Jane Albright-Dieterle coming into this game.
Definitely, you have to box them out because they will crash the boards. And Sutton-Brown just being relentless in there on the boards right now. You know, her nickname is Simba, and the reason why they call her that is because they want her to roar this year. So things are happening for her.
Tell you what, she has roared from the floor. Her field goal percentage is at 70%. That
second
leads,
in the country.
That's right, second in the country. But she's only attempting about 5 shots a game, so while that field goal percentage looks good up there, it still doesn't quite qualify for the real deal. But I'll tell you what, anybody shooting those kind of numbers is worth mentioning. On the Wisconsin side, Missy Konitsky is shooting at 81%. Her attempts are way down, and she won't be playing today. She's got the flu, so she's out of Wisconsin's lineup altogether.
Well, I think that has been common for the Badgers with illnesses and injuries has really brought the Badgers into some trouble.
Forced play from some of the young players and some players who haven't seen a whole lot of time at this point. Badger miss and a foul on Sims. So it's going to be Rutgers basketball with a 12-8 advantage.
Well, anytime the ball is shot, you have to get defensive or offensive rebounding position. If you don't have it, don't commit the foul because that just gets you in trouble down the stretch of the game. You need to save yourself for the rest of the game. Almost
a type of reaction there. Rutgers on a 10-2 run rate now in the last 3 minutes, 10 seconds. Down low, Sutton-Brown, and a nice feed from Stewart. Right now, this is all Rutgers in the last few minutes of the game. Cross-court pass, Domsky's got to catch up to that one, and a steal, pointer ahead. Stewart, 16-8 Rutgers, and that's all Jane Albright-Dieterle wants to see. She needs a 20-second timeout. Rutgers on a roll right now on a 14-2 run.
Well, if not making a lineup change at this point, you definitely want to make a defensive change because that's the Badgers right here are showing their youth in that Stomsky goes to save the ball thinking Didi's there, but you are outnumbered up top. There were 3 Rutgers players right there just waiting to get the ball. So that, you know, and that cost her 2 points.
That's right. That's allowed the Scarlet Knights to double up Wisconsin in scoring. Here's the run over the last 4:02 by Rutgers. Ball tipped out of bounds. Rutgers very aggressive on both ends of the court.
Badgers have to just maintain their composure, know that this is their home floor, go out and attack and be aggressive at this point. Handle the pressure.
Handle the pressure there, Powis. Nice grab from Didi Pate.
That's the advantage of press. There are gaps in presses where you can attack the basket. Good job by Paulus.
Wisconsin down only 6 now. They played defense pretty well in the first minute or so of the game. Let's see if they can get that back. Young steps up. Hollis the rebound. That's how it all starts when you're down.
Definitely, you mentioned that they played well in the beginning of the game, but consistency is important.
Sometimes it's hard to get from a young club as well, seeing so many different lineup changes. Stomsky.
Whoa, and that looked like an and-one play right there. It looked like she got a little bump there as well. That's one thing that's great about Stomsky. She can handle being knocked around a little bit and score.
Vivian Stringer calling a 20-second timeout. She's just saying to her ball players, now, did we miss something on that last break here? Who's confused? Let's get this straightened out. She wastes no time calling a timeout. And we look at Stomsky now. Tell you what, she has got some moves. Wisconsin's offense really so productive inside this year.
Well, she's so gifted, you know, and I think the Badgers realize that she can make a tremendous impact in getting them back on the winning streak that they want to be on.
The freshman from Oakdale, Minnesota, needs to average 15 points and 10 rebounds here in the final 11 games to break Sims' scoring and rebounding record as a freshman. All of Wisconsin's points, as you can see, coming in the paint. Kyle Black checks in for Wisconsin for the first time, along with Krista Bird. Krista Bird has missed the last few games with an injury, and she actually might be pressed into duty today with Missy Konitsky not being able to go because of the flu. She, of course, wants to play, but coach says, I don't know if you're ready to play yet, having missed a number of games.
Well, you don't want to take risk and put an injured player out there or someone that's recovering from an injury because you want it to be completely healed. You want them to be 100%. And I think Krista Bird's been ready to play, though, because she did come back early.
She's a big force, another big player down low for Wisconsin. Timeout on the floor, 11:48 to go in the first half. The Scarlet Knights lead Wisconsin and Madison 18-12. Rutgers and Wisconsin here. The Scarlet Knights lead the Badgers 18-12. 11:48 to go here in the first half. Field goal shooting's been pretty impressive for both clubs, no doubt about that. Wisconsin shooting at 67%, Rutgers a little bit better at 70%.
And I think that's been a concern for the Badgers, is that they go out and shoot well.
Young hits 20-12. Scarlet Knights. Boy, this is a high-scoring first half so far, especially for the Scarlet Knights. Steal again. Sutton-Brown dumps it down low. Miles forced to give it up. I don't know if that was part of a Wisconsin deflection on Black, but Dee Dee Pate running the break, and Moore took a step to try to gain her ground. 8 turnovers now for the Wisconsin Badgers, and Camille, they average 21 a game, and no coach wants to see numbers quite that high.
Definitely not. And I know Jane stresses handling the ball, taking care of the ball. You know, And the Badgers are young, and that could be a part of that.
Rutgers off the turnovers has outscored Wisconsin 11-4. Sutton-Brown loses the pass inside. So the Badgers will face the press now, down 8 with 10:39 to go here in the first half. Stomsky checks in for more than the Wisconsin lineup.
And this is something that you'll probably see Rutgers in throughout the game. It's no different from what Vivian is known for, is pressure defense. Taking some time off the clock is part of that strategy as well.
Black gets it over the midcourt stripe. And she throws it away to Stewart. Pointer can't get it to go. Look at Stewart keep that ball alive for the Scarlet Knights, and she'll come out and reset. Very aggressive Rutgers ball club. Sutton-Brown down low beats Krista Bird.
Well, this goes back to just fundamental basketball. You need to move your feet defensively. Cannot be intimidated by their pressure.
Bird's pass a little too strong for Sims. Well, it's equally frustrating when you're the team being pressed, Camille, and you're down 10, and you know you need to get to the other end and start scoring.
Well, somebody's got to take charge. They handled the press, I think, very well in the beginning. They just have to put it in the hands of Dee Pate and let her work it up the court.
Stewart outside tries from three-point land. Sutton-Brown battles for the rebound, loses her balance, and travels. So the turnover gives the ball to Wisconsin.
Well, you know, she is just tenacious on the boards. One thing that the Badgers need to focus on is locating her, boxing her out, and getting position against her so that they can get an over-the-back call.
Tammy Sutton-Brown from Ontario, Canada, member of the Canadian junior national team. She's got some experience. There's the turnover story. Finally, LaTonya Sims breaks the slump for Wisconsin, 22-14 Rutgers.
As you see now, Jane is signaling hands, hands. Now is the time where they can make a defensive stop and turn things around.
Young hits for three. Rutgers now with their biggest lead of the game at 11 points. And a foul on Miles, as you mentioned, getting the ball into Dee Pate's hands, Camille.
Yes, and just let her weave her way up the court is definitely, I think, the best strategy against this press, because she is a phenomenal ball handler.
That's the bottom line, great ball handler, and then you look elsewhere on the court, and Wisconsin playing such a big lineup right now, and as aggressive as Rutgers is, you want Dee Pate to have the ball in her hands.
And she also has the quickness.
That's right. Wisconsin with the ball, trailing by 11. Life at the Kohl Center for Wisconsin certainly has been good since the building opened up a year ago. 13-2 record. Pate down low to Sims, and Sims tried the reverse and picks up the foul, battling for the rebound on the other end. Number 2 on Sims now, total fouls. Wisconsin 15, Rutgers with only 3.
Well, now the Badgers will have to play smart because LaTonya Sims is definitely a key factor in this game. She cannot get herself in foul trouble.
See Rutgers on another run at 9-2 over the last 3:45. Shot missed there. And a foul on Rutgers going the other way, so it's going to be Wisconsin basketball.
Now, Craig, that's the positioning that I was talking about earlier. Getting yourself in a box-out position allows them to get an over-a-back call. So that was very good adjustment by the Badgers.
And you have to make those adjustments to get back in the game, because just trying to get the ball up and shooting it is not going to do it. You got to make all the adjustments, and certainly plenty of time left here, down 25-14, but we're only halfway through the first half. Rutgers has been playing very well this year, though. 14-3 record, ranked 13th in the country. Powers, good-looking jump shot.
And that is her signature move. She has got such a quick shooting shot. You never know when it's going to be off. She can pull up and shoot at any time.
Instant offense, that's what Wisconsin needs right now. Gets the crowd into this game a little bit, stressing Wisconsin's defense. Cunningham turnaround won't go. Off of Rutgers to Wisconsin. And a timeout on the floor. Are the Badgers rallying? We'll find out. They're down 25 to 16, 7:34 here to go in the first half. Rutgers and Wisconsin. Badgers back home on January 22nd when they take on Northwestern. Tip-off at 7 here at the Kohl Center. At halftime, Bucky Badger and your favorite local mascots would take the court in the Battle of the Mascots. For tickets, information, and all that good stuff, just call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. Wisconsin with the ball, needs a lot of go from the fans, and another turnover. That's number 11 on the Badgers here in the first half. And still 7:21 to go.
Well, my opinion is they're not going to get much given to them. You have to make the easy passes at this point and take whatever's given to them.
There's the turnover situation. Stomsky gets the rebound. That's only number 5 for the Badgers in this game. One indication is the shooting percentages are over 50% for each club. Powers can't get the 3 to go. Sims the offensive rebound.
That's exactly what the Badgers want to do, is crash the boards offensively. That is going to be key down the stretch of this game.
The pulse starts beating a little faster for the Badgers, down 25-18. They've trimmed 4 off of their deficit. Young baseline shot blocked by Powers, out of bounds.
That was just the defensive stop that the Badgers need. You see they switch back into their man defense. And one thing that I like about their man is their help. Someone comes over to help and also allows Paulus to get that block shot. Excellent defense.
Stewart powers her way in, misses the shot. Moore battles for the rebound against Pointer. And Moore's going to get called for the foul, Camille.
Well, that's again, we go back to positioning. Now, another thing is if you're not on the inside of the player, if you're on the back of them, just release. They may fumble the ball, and you might be there to pick it up.
Gaining position, that's the key. And a 5-second call. Credit Wisconsin's defense there. Pointer could not get the ball in time.
Seemed like a quick 5 seconds, but
sometimes they start those without us knowing
yeah.
it. Turnover number 7 for Rutgers. 6:15 to go here in the first half. Badgers once trailed by 11, and they're trying to chip away at this one. Sims down low, just short off the side of the rim. Rutgers tries to push. Stewart slows it up now to Pointer.
Well, Pointer is their general on the floor. She does take control and take charge. One thing, though, about Stewart is she will turn the game around at any point as she makes the shot there.
Tell you what, she answers the call, that's for sure. 27-18. Hollis to her right. There's that automatic jump shot.
Well, Paulus, definitely being a leader for the Badgers, is a true jump shooter. Need to continue to do that. Continue to do what works.
6 points for Paulus. Sims was 6, and Stomsky also was 6 for Wisconsin. So the scoring spread out a little bit here. I don't know if Gilmore called glass there.
I don't think so.
29-20. Pass tipped out of bounds by Rutgers, so it's Wisconsin basketball, 25 on the shot clock. There's Vivian Stringer, third all-time winningest coach in NCAA history with 580 wins. What a job she's done at Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights go to the Sweet 16 in only her third year. Not bad.
Well, one thing about Vivian Stringer is she doesn't just teach basketball. She teaches them about the game of life. And they truly, truly respect her, and they're like a big family.
A lot of coaches strive for that, but there's certainly a great example there. Jane Albright-Dieterle thinks she's starting to do the same things here at Wisconsin in her 5th year. Getting the nation's top recruit for next year, Nina Smith, out of Waterloo, Iowa. Let's see, who else is from Waterloo, Iowa? Camille Williams.
Well, yeah, she's from my high school, and I'm quite impressed with Jane going after #1 recruit, going after very talented players. She's brought in talented freshmen here, and it's just going to be exciting what the Badgers will do in the future.
Christy Seeger out of Stoughton and Leah Hefty out of McFarland joining Nina Smith, and perhaps Wisconsin will sign another in April on the late signing date as well. They have another scholarship to give for next year. Last year's recruiting class ranked 10th in the country, and this year easily going to be a top 10. Moore quickly down court, doesn't see Sims in time. Sims tries to make up for it, a little short on the fadeaway. Missed opportunity there, perhaps.
Well, I think she expected the ball a little earlier, but regardless, you're right there. Go ahead and put it in.
Sims almost coming up with a deflection. Hollis trying to do the same.
Well, one thing about the Badgers is they do count the number of deflections you have. That shows defensive intensity.
Hollis can't find Pate. And was that ball tipped out of bounds by Rutgers?
It looked to me like it was kicked, possibly.
That ball certainly did not go in the direction of the hoop, that's for sure. And on the turnover, Wisconsin's 13th here in the first half. It's going to be Rutgers basketball. Talked about the tipped deflections. There were 3 on that last Rutgers offensive possession right there by Wisconsin.
Well, Wisconsin has switched into their zone defense, which is one thing that they've done quite well in rotating. The only concern I have on their zone defense is the weak side.
Miles, good looking turnaround.
Well, she just elevated on that shot. That was a very good shot by Miles.
Pate trying to use a Stomsky screen. Moore's got it now for Wisconsin. Stomsky from way out hits. Well, I tell you what, down low or out high, Jessie Stomsky has the answer.
Well, she has an accurate eye for the basket, and she can be a shooter. People might, not expect her to shoot being a big girl, but she is a shooter.
Rutgers had their biggest lead of the game at 13 points before that Stomsky made. Gilmore, nice look down low to Sutton-Brown. That's teamwork right there.
Definitely. Way to work the ball.
Once again, Wisconsin facing that pressure by Rutgers. And Paulus is fouled by Miles.
Well, excellent thing by Paulus is she went to the basketball at that point. And that is what created the foul. We're going to take a look here at that replay.
Wisconsin facing the pressure, but there's going to be a timeout on the floor first. 3:07 to go here in the first half. The Scarlet Knights lead the Badgers by 13.
Michigan 44.
Time winding down here in the first half. Rutgers leading Wisconsin 35-22. Marquette basketball is on the air on MSC. Marquette and UNC Charlotte from Charlotte, North Carolina on Thursday at 6:30 right here on MSC. Your Golden Eagle connection. Marquette fresh off a win yesterday against St. Louis. Badger basketball down 13. Stomsky inside, little baby hook with the left hand.
Very nice move by Stomsky.
(35-24) Scarlet Knights. And they're going to make sure their offense is working, Camille. Make sure they work that clock as well. There's no rushing on their part with the lead. Gilmore, nice little runner in the lane.
You have to be aware of them. They will create a shot as well. They're very good players.
More on the baseline. Is fouled down low.
Well, now that's the aggression that the Badgers need. They can't be tentative. They will need to be aggressive because they definitely want to take it to them to finish this half.
Tamara Young getting called for the reach. 16 fouls on Rutgers, so Wisconsin not quite yet ready to go to the line. One more. Krista Bird checking back in for Sims. Moore will inbound for Wisconsin. There's the rebounding situation. Wisconsin trailing in that category as well, also with 13 turnovers in the game.
Well, you see in that play, you know exactly whose hands you want to get it into, and that is Stomsky. She is on the floor with a purpose, and that is to score.
And she has so far 10 of Wisconsin's points, 10 out of 24, a perfect 5 for 5 from the floor. And now Wisconsin's first free throw attempt of the game won't go for Stomsky.
And one thing about Stomsky is she has a great personality. She has such great character. She makes you laugh. She's lots of fun. She's going to be a great asset to the Badgers in her career here.
Well, she's certainly proving that in her first season in the red and white. Connects on the second free throw, so a 12-point deficit and a turnover. Here comes Moore in the break for the Badgers.
Well, now's the time to capitalize.
And Moore in and out. Stomsky the rebound.
Hey, she's there to help her freshman out by picking up her shot. That was excellent play.
Another steal by Moore. Suddenly, the Badgers back in it with 1:46 to go here in the first half, only trailing by 8. And Vivian Stringer calling a 22nd timeout.
You see the defensive rotation knowing exactly where the ball was going to go and anticipating pass and just finishes it up. You know, Tamara has done such an excellent job for the Badgers in maintaining her control. That's one thing that she is doing better, is maintaining her control, not being conscious of turning over the ball, that kind of thing. And one thing that will help her improve that is by playing excellent defense, because your offense comes from your defense.
Stomsky connects there. She's perfect from the floor. Helping Wisconsin get back in it. It's the freshman connection, Moore and Stomsky. How about that for an answer, though? Yusha Gilmore. Lead back to 10. Moore leading Wisconsin in steals, by the way, at 2.3 a game. And Dee Pate pulls up for a shot and gets fouled, so she goes to the line for a couple of tries.
And the Badgers will want to continue to be aggressive, penetrate, drive into the defense, and get Rutgers back on their heels. That was a smart play by Dee Pate.
Wisconsin looks to be much more aggressive here in the last couple of minutes, and look how it's paid off. Got to get the free throws down, though.
Well, the free throws are important down the stretch of the game. If this is going to be a close game, these free throws are really important.
Kate makes 1 of 2. Only a 37% free throw shooter, though, so she'll take the one anyway right now. 1:15 to go in the first half. Badger ball trying to give this crowd something to cheer about here before the break. And Sutton-Brown hits the deck, and there's going to be a Wisconsin foul down low. And this one's going to go on Krista Bird. That's going to be her first, and that puts Sutton-Brown to the line.
Right, well, that's the battle of the sizes right there. Both, you know, Sutton-Brown is so used to crashing the boards relentlessly, and Bird has got to get her on her back.
Speaking of crashing the boards, Rutgers comes up with the offensive rebound for Young.
And she just leaped in there, slasher, nobody boxed her out at all.
Saw a little opening and took it. Under a minute to go here in the first half.
Well, the Badgers at this point don't want the Rutgers to score going into the break.
Three-point play is there for Tamara Young. That's the last thing the Badgers wanted to see. Down 12 now.
Well, they do have the opportunity right now to answer.
Badgers were down by 13 a few moments ago. Get it down to 8, now trail again by 12. Rutgers going to work the final 20 seconds or push it. We'll see what Stewart does. She goes right to the hole, gets fouled, and a jump ball is called on one end by Bernie Baraboo. And he says credit Wisconsin's defense there.
And that's one thing that I do like to see, the officials consulting. You know, one might have had a little better angle there, but look at the strength of Stewart being able to make the basket through traffic. Wow.
Vivian Stringer, Camille, does not accept that last call anyway. She has to accept it. She doesn't want to.
Well, I don't know. This is Big Ten. You know, she's back in the Big Ten. And she gets that opportunity. They know her. They're familiar with her. And coaches do want to voice their opinions. That way, you know, at the end of the game, if they have anything to say, it'll be heard.
Nice look down low, but Young travels. So the final 10.4 seconds belongs to Wisconsin in a big possession here. I'd like to trim this lead back down to 10. Perhaps if you get a three-pointer, you get it into single digits. And psychologically, that plays a factor, scoring in any fashion right now, going into the locker room. Pass from way out high, perhaps a little too far. Another Wisconsin turnover, and that's how the first half is going to end. 14 turnovers for Wisconsin. Certainly not something that Coach Jane Albright dearly expected to see here in the first half, but Rutgers, credit their aggressive style of play. They've done the job here in the first half and lead Wisconsin by 12, 42-30. We're coming back to Madison in a moment.
Each group will perform their winning cheer chorus today at halftime.
Welcome back. It is halftime. Wisconsin and Rutgers.
Okay, first to perform is the winner of the Brownie level, Troop 920. Troop 920, let's give them a hand. Next up is the winner from the juniors level, Troop 4, 1 and 7.
Welcome back. It is halftime, Wisconsin and Rutgers. I'm Craig Cushon, and Coach Jane Albright-Dieterle has been kind enough to stop by and talk about women's basketball here for the Wisconsin Badgers. Badger ball, of course, as it's always affectionately known here. Coach A, thanks for joining us. You talk a little bit about how this team has progressed this year. I know about the 500 record coming into this one. You can be happy and you can be dissatisfied at the same time, but you've gone through a lot of injuries as well.
Yeah, we've gone through some injuries that have made us a younger team even than we really would have been with the veterans in the lineup, not having any seniors in the game today. Actually, the game we played on Friday night was a game that neither Michigan or us had seniors in it, so both two young teams. It's not the case today. Obviously, Rutgers has some very seasoned people. Our young people have been very encouraging to me. I think they're very talented. You just have to grow up with them, get some experiences. I think inconsistency has been what's plagued us. On the road, we haven't been able to close off games, but at home, we've been pretty good. So I'm still real optimistic with them. I think they work hard, and I'm loving this year because I'm getting to teach so much about the game. And really, for a coach, you really love that.
You know, I think that's interesting. You and I talked about this earlier this week. I asked you if your patience level is tested during a season like this, and you said no, it's when you're really losing and really starting out with the first-year programs like in Northern Illinois.
Right. You know, my first year of coaching, I was 3-17. That might test your patience. These kids, I see them when I go back and look at film. We're getting better at some things. If we weren't getting better, then I would probably be a little bit on the loopy side. But we've out-rebounded the last 4 opponents. You know, we're doing some things that they're very, very coachable. They try to do what I ask them. All of us want to be the great players that we've dreamed about, just like, you know, we aren't there yet, but we still keep plugging away at it.
Are you surprised at all by the way your freshmen have responded this year? I know that you're bringing in better classes each year, but they've been very impressive.
Well, they have been, and I don't really think that they understand that they're freshmen a lot. And when it comes to crunch time, you know, some things they'll either make great big plays or kind of look like they haven't been in that situation before, which I think, again, is just growing up. I think that they're getting a lot of great minutes, and I think our future is really bright.
Got Nita Smith coming in next year too, and a couple of freshmen as well that'll be freshmen next year from the area. So I know things are looking bright that way. Another bright spot earlier today here, the alumni game. You had quite a turnout for that.
Yeah, we had about 33 people that came in to play in the alumni game, and had probably 200 fans here watching them. So they said that was what it looked like in the olden days when they played ball here, having those 200 people cheering for them. It was really neat. We had a person that played here in '73 before it was even NCAA, but we think that's really neat that they feel comfortable coming back. Of course, Reebok gives them some pretty nice gear, and they go away happy, but they get to have kind of little mini reunions and tell all the stories about how life used to be.
How about the final stretch drive here? Last year, you guys were so strong down the stretch. Can this team be that good and warm up for the Big Ten tourney?
Well, that's a great question. You know, I think we get better every game at something. The problem is there's just so many things to get a lot better at. It's always fun to be here in the Kohl Center among our fans, and we're going to have some great opportunities. We've got some really tough road games left, so we're going to have to stay focused mentally on execution, you know, try to outwork people, some things like that, but I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Jane Albright-Dieterle has been our guest here at halftime, the Badger women's basketball coach. Best of luck down the stretch.
Thank you.
Okay, very good. Halftime continues here. When we come back after a break, a look at halftime stats and highlights, so stay with us.
Catch Badger ball at its best when the Wisconsin women's basketball team takes on the Northwestern Wildcats Friday, January 22nd. Tip-off is 7 p.m. at the Kohl Center. Get your tickets early. At halftime, Bucky Badger, Casey Fox, Subman, and other local mascots hit the court in the Battle of the Mascots, sponsored by Fox 47 and Subway. Tickets are on sale now. Stop by the Kohl Center box office, contact Ticketmaster, or call 1-800-GO-BADGERS.
On Friday, February 5th, take a kid to the game when Badger ball hits the court against Penn State. Tip-off 7 p.m. here at the Kohl Center. Adults can receive a free youth ticket with every adult ticket they purchase. This offer is only valid on ticket orders placed prior to February 1st. Order forms are available at the Wisconsin table, located between gates A and B outside of section 127. And at the Kohl Center box office. For more information, call 1-800-GO-BADGERS. And now would you please stand and join the Badger cheerleaders and our UW band for the singing of
Miles is first.
Varsity.
Rutgers working the basketball, hits Miles.
This is Stewart. So Stewart's second, okay. For the Badgers. On the break, Pate. Download them more. Rutgers leads Wisconsin at the break 42-30. Craig Cushon along with Camille Williams here at the Kohl Center. Not a bad crowd here at the Kohl Center rooting on Wisconsin's home team. Badgers, of course, coming into this one with an 8-8 record. They're home, but it would be a huge upset if they could come back here down 12 to beat Rutgers, who at 14-3 ranked 13th in the country. They're playing pretty well here in the first half.
Yes, Rutgers is. They're pushing the ball up. They're controlling the tempo right now. One thing that the Badgers want to do is stay focused, go back to the basics, do the things that work well.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights for you, starting with the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, and talk about the quick action basketball, Miles, and some nice teamwork down low.
Definitely, that's what Rutgers is known for. They can pass the ball. They can put the ball into key people's hands. Anyone on the floor can have a great night. They're so versatile.
Stewart, leading scorer, scores 2 there. He's only got 8 points, though, in the first half, so Wisconsin's been pretty decent as far as holding her in check. Then on the break, Wisconsin getting out and going, Dee Pate some more.
That's one thing that Badgers will want to continue to do. They do work the ball well here, hitting Stomsky, who has been so effective in the first half.
Jesse Stomsky with 13 points to lead the way for Wisconsin, but probably the Badgers' biggest nemesis has been turnovers, and right now that again is a problem for Wisconsin. In this game so far, they have 14. We'll have more halftime stats for you in just a moment when we come back to the Kohl Center. Rutgers leading Wisconsin at the break by 12. Rutgers leading Wisconsin here at the break 42-30, and both teams shooting very, very well in the first half as we look at the first half statistics. First of all, for Rutgers, shooting at nearly 57%, while Wisconsin shooting at 61%. The rebounds, though, the real big story, Rutgers out-rebounding Wisconsin 15-7, the Badgers with only 2 offensive rebounds. And the turnovers starting to get a little bit more even here, but both teams a little bit high. That's a look at our first half stats, sponsored by Children's Hospital. We'll come back with the opening tip-off of the second half for you in just a moment from Madison, where Rutgers leads Wisconsin by 12.
For the inside scoop on Wisconsin women's basketball, tune into the Jane Albright TV show. Get in the huddle with Badger Ball for the latest news, player features, and a preview of upcoming games. Jane Albright TV show. Check your local television listings.
We're just about set to start the second half, but first, as we mentioned through our interview with Jane Albright Dieterle, there was an alumni game here. The red versus the whites, and some of the alumni going all the way back to 1973. But keep your eye on Camille Williams. Look at the steal and going the other way. How about that?
Did I do that?
You did, and I heard about 4 other players going, give me the ball, pass the ball. You didn't want to pass it. No, I'm just kidding. That was a lot of fun, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. It's nice to see everybody. It's nice to be able to go out and see what everybody's doing, their families and such. So I had a ball.
That's great. That's great to be able to do that year in and year out. And I had the pleasure of going through the career records here, Camille, and see that you're 14th in scoring and 15th in rebounding overall in your career. Those are some pretty impressive numbers. Congratulations on a fine career.
Thank you.
Back to live game action, though. Rutgers and Miles the steal and the hoop on the other end, and that's how Rutgers starts this one out. They balloon that lead now to 14 points, their largest of the game. How players start out, teams start out in the second half, very important, and more hitting for Wisconsin.
Definitely your start is definitely important. You want to have control of the first 2 minutes coming back out. It boosts your confidence. It helps you play well down the stretch. It's definitely important.
Moore's come off the Badger bench. Actually, she started this game with 6 points. She's starting for Tanisha Boston now. She has 6 points.
No basket.
No basket and a foul down low on the Badgers, Jesse Stomsky. That's number 2 on the freshman. Miles, nice move, left hand, scored, and the foul. Talked about the athleticism. That's just a solid move right there.
Yes, it is, and she's a leaper as well. She gets herself around the defense by a quick dribble around the defense, and she's up shooting the basketball. Very hard to defend.
Free throw makes it a 3-point play and a 47-32 lead for the Scarlet Knights. Not letting a road game in front of a pretty decent-sized crowd bother them. Showing why they're 13th in the country. Despite that last turnover, Rutgers with the 15-point advantage.
Well, they like to run, so they are going to push the ball. And it's better for that ball to be short, better for it to be long than short and in the opponent's hands.
Sims can't hit the jumper. Talk about pushing it up there. Stewart against Pate. Misses the shot. And just standing there waiting for the ball to fall in her hands made that one look pretty easy on the second try.
You have to have the desire to rebound.
Kelly Paulus drives. Well, what you always want to see, Camille, is you want to see the effort from your team. You don't want to see the effort lacking at all.
Definitely. Always moving, always having your feet moving, always having your hands up.
Fight for the loose ball. And possession arrow will give it back to Rutgers.
Rutgers substitution number 3.
Yusha Gilmore checking back in for the Scarlet Knights.
For Shawnetta Stewart.
Yes, I've been impressed with Rutgers so far in this game, and certainly Wisconsin's game may not be completely this year, but certainly they're playing for some, playing to get better here as the year winds up and hopefully make a run at the Big Ten tourney as well. With the conference tournament, there's always a chance, and Jane Albright-Dieterle knows that. It can't all happen here in one game.
And I think Jane sees the potential of her team, as well as the Badgers are just waiting to burst. They have so much great potential, so much great talent. They just got to put it all together.
Young with the basketball for Rutgers. Just over 2 minutes into the second half of this one at the Kohl Center. Dee Pay picking up her third foul. Sutton-Brown down low. How about that for a roll? Everything going Rutgers' way right now, 51-34, leading by 17.
Well, the Badgers do have the potential to play with Rutgers.
Stomsky from outside tries the long three-point attempt, and it won't go. And I would say on an overall picture, that's not what the Badgers would like to see right now, is your big center from way outside trying to make up some points that way.
Well, Stomsky has been a key player. She definitely does have the green light to shoot. One thing, though, is she's so effective underneath in this type of game. You have to know your opponents, and she is effective underneath. But also, hey, if you're going to shoot right there, just follow your shot.
Yep. Saw number 52, Sarah Jarovic, check in, the freshman from Stevens Point, into the Wisconsin lineup. Only playing in her 6th game this year, and with the absence of Missy Konitsky up front, depth-wise for Wisconsin, she's out because of the flu. Tanisha Boston already out, possibly for the year, with an injury. And Amy Wiersma, who's only played in 11 games, still waiting on that broken bone to heal in her hand.
Well, I do commend the Badgers for, despite the injuries, despite the illnesses, they still come out ready to play, you know, and they still want to make things happen.
Well, the desire's there. Whether you can give the effort minute in and minute out and game in and game out's another story.
Definitely, Greg.
51-34, Rutgers out in front. And a whistle away from the ball. Rutgers, a turnover offensive foul. This one called on Tammy Sutton-Brown.
Tammy Sutton-Brown, her first, team first in the second half.
Well, they have to understand this game is going to be physical, and they will call those calls in order to control the physicalness of this game.
Ball stripped away from Paulus, ahead to Miles. Open look and a dish off down low. Pointer scores.
Miles showing her unselfishness by giving up the basketball.
Stomsky on the bench with 4 fouls. She's picked up 2 quick ones here in the second half for the Badgers. Paulus is fouled from behind by Sutton-Brown.
And they want to continue to push the ball inside. That seems to be an advantage to Badgers. You see, they're very patient in working the ball. Dee penetrates very well, keying in on Paulus, and she takes it straight up. That's what the Badgers want to continue to do.
A lot of success so far this year doing that.
They still can get back into this game. I guess right now, the Badgers do have the ability to shoot the ball. They can bring in some shooters and get back on the board strongly.
Kelly Paulus averaging 9 points a game. She's got 10 so far in this one. Had a career high 7 assists and 14 points the other night against Michigan in Wisconsin's victory. Snapped a 3-game losing streak that they suffered on the road. At home, Wisconsin 7-1. On the road, they are 1-7. Sutton-Brown down low, and she was waiting in the lane a little too long for that one, 3 seconds.
Well, I think she anticipated her teammate shooting the ball, so she was getting position to rebound.
Timeout on the floor, 15:38 to go in this one. Rutgers out in front, 53-36. Rutgers with a comfortable lead here in the second half, still 15:38 to go over Wisconsin. Women's basketball in the Big Ten continues right here on MSC. Following this game, it's number 17 Ohio State and the Northwestern Wildcats from Welsh Ryan Arena in Evanston, Illinois. Sims connects for Wisconsin.
And right now, the Badgers want to key in on their leader on the court and get the ball in Sims' hands. She hasn't had very many touches.
That was only her 9th attempt of the game. Wisconsin's leading scorer season-wise with 8 right now. And Yusha Gilmore answers on the other end. Wisconsin off to a cool start here, about 40% shooting so far in the second half. Another Wisconsin turnover. Miles gives it up to Pointer. Nice control.
Wow, way to get her back on the defense. That was a very smart play by Pointer.
Been calling her name a lot, but she's right now at 4 points, but she's been dishing it off with 6 assists so far in this one. Moore tries to force it down to Paulus, and that Rutgers defense acting like a shield won't give it up.
Well, one thing that will be effective against this defense is opening up the defense by having spacing as well as shooting the ball like the Badgers can from a distance.
A couple other Big Ten scores here at the break. Michigan State leading Iowa 26-23, and Penn State 40-31 over Michigan. Those other women's Big Ten scores at halftime. Miles took a step before she made her move to the hoop.
Now, as we go on the offensive end, I want to mention Kyle Black is in, number 32, and she is a shooter, and she can make things happen and turn things around fairly quickly with her shot.
Sims has to give it up. Powell, shot blocked by Sutton-Brown. Ball still loose. Powell gets it back. Takes it right to the hole and gets fouled on the way in. Showing some aggressiveness there.
And you'd like to see her doing that. If one player does it, then the other players will follow. And Paulus has definitely been a leader. Taking it into the defense will get them in foul trouble and put them back on their heels a little bit.
And our attendance, Camille, a season high here at the Kohl Center, 10,384. It is also Girl Scout Day. Great opportunity for family fun here at the Kohl Center on a Sunday afternoon watching Badger ball. It's been very successful. We've already got one final in from the Big Ten. Michigan State beats Iowa 70-64. Penn State, a winner over Michigan, 74-66. And at the break, halftime, Indiana leading Minnesota by 17, 37-20. Wisconsin, new rebounding would be a key, Camille, and so far they are down 22-9 in that category. And a foul on Moore.
Well, they have to be able to put pressure defensively. And I think so far the Badgers have done a good job of putting pressure on Rutgers. They just have to move their feet and get in position to contest those shots.
Moore now with 3 fouls. Stewart left open and connects along the baseline from about 12.
Well, Craig, there was a miscommunication there on who should stay with her or who should rotate back, and she was just left open by both defenders.
Domsky dishes out to Black for 3.
That's exactly why she's in here, because she is a shooter and she can light it up. She can turn things around.
That was her first attempt of the game, and it's good for 3. Badgers down 16. We'll see if they can chip away at this lead. Plenty of time to go. Miles the miss, Moore the rebound. Miles slows up Moore. Moore, nice job of ball control. Black open again for 3, in and out.
Little danger underneath with Sims, possibly on the back defensively. She has to be careful so she can stay in the game.
Vivian Stringer calls a 20-second timeout. Seeing the pace going Wisconsin's way. I'll tell you what, if Black hits that last 3-pointer, this place lights up.
Oh, the fans are a big help in creating the intensity and bringing the intensity back up.
Kyle Black, who was an Indiana All-Stater, her senior year of high school a year ago, hits the first 3-pointer, but can't get that second one to go.
And as a shooter, you know you just have to keep taking them.
Yep,
you
absolutely.
have to keep taking them. They will fall.
Sometimes for the young players too, they're like, I still don't know if I should shoot this even though I'm open, but you have to take the shots.
And I think Kyle Black knows her role. And the reason why she was recruited to come here to Wisconsin is to shoot the basketball. She's a great shooter.
Moore handling the point guard duties right now for Wisconsin with Dee Pate on the bench. And Tamara Moore actually started 4 games at point guard, but Coach A said that might have been a little bit unfair to her because she's really a 2 or 3 player. And Vivian Stringer, boy, she can give you the facials, can't she?
Oh yes, I've been told that she can look at you a certain way, and you know exactly what she wants you to do.
Fadeaway shot won't go. Miles battles for the rebound and out of bounds to Wisconsin. There's Sims and Paulus there battling as well. And a timeout on the floor. 11:47 to go. The Badgers will have the basketball down 16 when we come back to the Kohl Center.
Badger fans, don't forget to get your player card signed by today's featured player, LaTonya Sims, following the game. Should be located at the Wisconsin table, located between gates A and B, outside of section 127.
Badger hockey action continues next weekend when Wisconsin hosts Mankato State. Face-off for both nights set for 7:30. For the special Saturday-Sunday series, the first 2,500 fans will receive a Wisconsin hockey puck courtesy of the UW Health Sports Medicine Center. Call 1-800-GO-BADGERS and Ticketmaster for ticket information. Wisconsin with the basketball, still a chance. Down 16, Stomsky to miss. Had a good look at the hoop on the turnaround. Steal by Moore. What a move! Oh, and she can't get it to fall. Wow, what a move by Tamara Moore.
You know, she shows such spurts of being intense, and then also the versatility and athleticism to control the basketball in her hands. Here, they just pass it right to her. She goes in and pump fakes it up. That was a great, great move by her.
Hey, Michael Jordan's retired. Somebody's got to fill those shoes, right?
You know, and one thing that they say about her, she has a title. It's called More in Store. Good name for her.
Yeah, that's because there's going to be more in store here as the years progress.
That's right.
The Minnesota State Basketball Player of the Year a year ago. Miss Minnesota, if you will. Cunningham loses the ball. She tries to call for a timeout, and I think they're going to give it to her. They do. Heads up play by Cunningham because the possession arrow favored the Badgers. Well, this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority, the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System, and may not be retelecast in any form without the express written consent of the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin System. 59-45. Wisconsin trailing by 14, but 11-14 to go. And certainly momentum's got to change big time on their side, but you've got to chip away when there's this much time to go.
Definitely, and they've got 17 seconds Rutgers has. And right now, defensively, I don't think they want to change up what they've been doing, but yet become a little more active and aggressive high side, not allowing Rutgers to have any creativity at this point because they've just been floating along, being creative offensively. Now for the Badgers, offensively, what they can do is run a couple of specialty plays and get some shooting happening and crash the boards.
Boards have not been too kind to Wisconsin, as we mentioned a couple of minutes ago. They're losing that battle right now, 24-11. And as far as the rebounding total, 11 total rebounds for Wisconsin at this point. That matches Rutgers' offensive output. And Jean Albright Italy knows you're not going to win too many games that way. Clearly, that was one of her keys coming in.
Well, what rebounds means is that you have possession of the basketball. You have to go and get possession of the basketball. You have to want it.
Rutgers inbounds. Turnaround by Stewart, and she hits.
Shawnetta Stewart.
She's a player. Hollis back out to Moore. Black penetrates, dishes to Stomsky. And she's fouled on the way in. This one goes on Young, who took the block.
And I think, you know, for the end of this game, Badgers are going to have a lot of opportunity. If they keep taking it to them like Stomsky does on this play, they will have a lot of rebounding or free throw situations coming up.
Jessie Stomsky, 1 of 2, now 2 of 3 at the free throw line so far this afternoon, leading Wisconsin and everyone in scoring right now, tied for the game high with 14 points. Right at her average. And the second one takes the home roll. Wisconsin needs every free throw right now. Down 14.
You see the Badgers are in their pressure man defense.
Out of bounds, the defense pays off. Sutton-Brown can't handle the double team. Largest deficit for Wisconsin has been 17 points. They've only trimmed off 3 so far. And 3 seconds on LaTonya Sims. Another Wisconsin turnover.
Well, those turnovers can really cost you. I mean, you have to get in the flow of the game, and to continue to turn over the ball, it interrupts your flow.
Gilmore, a little jumper off the glass. (63-47). Stomsky is fouled. Nice pass from Moore inside.
Rutgers foul number 40.
Well, Moore makes a precision pass into Stomsky, and defense just collapses on her and catches her arm. But that's what Badgers need to expect, is that they have to be strong with the basketball and expect contact.
Pate checks back in the Wisconsin lineup. She's got the basketball.
The Badgers are very patient with the ball at this point.
Nice little runner by Tamara Moore. 63-49.
And she's talking to her teammates, pumping them up, trying to get them excited, trying to get them back in it.
Moore with 10 points. Wisconsin can't shut down Rutgers' offense. Stewart with the left hand again. 67% shooting here in the second half. Sims, a little off-balance shot, won't go. Here comes Rutgers on the break. They've got the numbers, 5 on 3. Stewart, shot partially blocked by Moore. Dee Pate battles for it.
Looked like Dee was also trying to call the timeout in order to save possession of the basketball. But look at the run. Look at the transition. And Rutgers will just continue to just take it to you, take it to you. Dee trying to get the charge at that point as well.
Good block by Moore out high to force the loose ball. 65-49. Sutton-Brown stuffs it back in Moore's face on the block there. And quickly the turnover by Rutgers. Time to start cashing in on opportunities.
Oh, definitely. Now's the time to capitalize and turn those turnovers into points for the Badgers. But Dee Pate had excellent position to force that turnover right there. Rutgers now in their zone defense allows opportunity for the Badgers to spot up along the three-point line and shoot the basketball.
Stomsky triple team when she gets the ball. Pate off-balance shot, no good. Loose ball, and Dee Pate chases it down. Then has it stripped away by Stewart. Boy, Rutgers does not stop with that aggressive play. And an offensive foul as Kyle Black is there, and Stewart can't believe it.
Well, she did it once, she did it again. This time she got caught. Again, they look at how you go into the player, you go into the center of her chest, but she just will take it to you, and you have to know that. So you, as knowing that as a defensive player, what you do is you set yourself up. And she just planted her feet right there and set herself up for the charge. Excellent defense by Kyle Black.
That's the spark Wisconsin needs to get back into this game. Approaching 8 minutes to go here in the ball game. Krista Bird back into the Badger lineup, but on the break, Sutton-Brown takes it the other way. Rutgers clearly has that extra step of speed right now. Ball stripped away. One more time on the break. Stewart will slow things up and wait for her teammates. Young and Sutton-Brown come in. Points off the turnovers. Big advantage for Rutgers. Bird the rebound. Kicks it out to Black. 1-on-3, and she's got to wait for some help. Tate for three. Short. Black tries to save it. Ball knocked out of bounds off Stewart, so it's Wisconsin basketball.
And that's the effort you were talking about. Great effort by Kyle Black in saving it. That is when you want to save the ball, when it's underneath your basket. And so that was an excellent play by her, and gets possession back of the basketball with 17 seconds left on the clock.
Hollis inbounds to Black. Shot a little too strong. Fights for the rebound. Back out to Bird. Down low to Black. And Sutton-Brown fouls Kyle Black. And Black right now is providing that intensity.
All of a sudden, Kyle Black becomes a post player, showing her post moves down here as Krista Bird's on the top feeding her the basketball. Now that's a unique situation.
You got that right. Give it to the one with the hot hand, though. Sutton-Brown with her fourth foul. And we'll see how long Vivian Stringer keeps her in the game. She's been a force down low, no doubt about that defensively. Kyle connects on a pair. 7:01 to go, 67-51 now. Well, Wisconsin making a comeback on the road against Indiana, but that comeback falls just a little bit short. So certainly with just under 7 minutes to go, there's still plenty of time here. This team knows how to come back.
And one way that they do that is just by executing their offense, getting the open shots, working the ball.
Loose ball. Powis lets it go out of bounds and should have grabbed it. It's going to be Rutgers basketball.
Rutgers substitution number 3, Yusha Gilmore.
Sutton-Brown now gets the breather with 4 fouls, and she took a spill on that last exchange. Stewart throws it up from three-point land. Stomsky the rebound, and she's fouled by Miles.
She's such a strong-bodied rebounder. She pulls it down, not allowing anyone to get it out of her hands. You know, that's always been something that post players are prone to do, is bring it down and allow it to be tipped away. Well, she is so strong. You know, I wouldn't want to go against her on the rebound.
She's got some size, too. She can move some people around, and she knows how to do it. Gets the first.
And that is one positive thing that the Badgers are doing right now, and putting their free throws in. Very important.
Second one falls through. 67-53 now. Black goes out for LaTonya Sims. Good effort by Kyle Black.
Yeah,
yes.
Exactly. You hear the crowd supporting her, because she definitely was a spark for the Badgers just now. But LaTonya Sims also has the ability to turn it up a notch for the Badgers.
Offensively and defensively. Reset on the 30-second shot clock after the kick. 6 minutes to go here in the game. Stewart. Pass to Young, and another 3-second call. It's going to give Wisconsin the basketball. Down 14. Ball ahead to Powis. Can't get it to go, and a foul from behind. And if this is on Stomsky, It's not, it's on Bird. Stomsky with 4 fouls, and Bird gets called for that last one. So Rutgers going to the other end now as Wisconsin commits its 7th team foul. Rutgers already with 9, so we're shooting the rest of the way. Sometimes that can help a team on the comeback, that's for sure, because if you can get those fouls in and limit that clock from moving and make your free throws and then play defense on the other end and not give it back.
You're absolutely right. I couldn't add more to that. Absolutely.
Miles connects, though, so she's doing her part for Rutgers, that's for sure. 15-point lead now, trying to make it 16. Got it. Good-looking free throw shooter. Shoots at 80%. Badgers limited to perimeter basketball right now. Very much in Rutgers' favor as Sims misses. Here come the Scarlet Knights. Shot on the way, no good. Sims the rebound. Gets it out to Powers. Nice job by Sims there on the double team track.
Definitely way to be strong in holding the ball.
Moore, nice move again, full short. Sims battles for the rebound, but Stewart comes away with a loose ball. Moore deflects this one out of bounds. And it looks like Tamara Moore may have got hit on the back of the head.
Could have been an elbow during that period of time when she was on defense, but she definitely was there to play defense, and she's an excellent defensive player.
Wisconsin's best, and she's only a freshman. Rutgers a very young team as well, dominated by sophomores. Stewart loses that one off the dribble. Out of bounds to the Badgers, trailing by 16.
Well, right now, Craig, is a key possession for the Badgers. They have to get on the boards. They need to get on the boards at this point to create some energy in this game.
Sims draws the foul. So she'll go to the free throw line. Sutton-Brown gets set to check back in for Rutgers. So that Zies will be coming back for the Scarlet Knights at 6'4".
You know, when Sims has the ball, she can penetrate, she can shoot. Those are the things that Sims can do. And right now is a good time for her to do that, to take the ball into the hoop, to get fouled, to get on the line, because both teams are being in foul trouble.
Well, Wisconsin's shooting, Camille, has definitely gone cold here in the second half. Only 5 out of 18 from the floor. And that's the sign of a team trying to come back from a large deficit as well. You don't want to call it desperation, but a lot of times when you're down big, you're just forced to take some shots you normally wouldn't.
Right, and you would be a little nervous, a little timid to shoot the ball. You just have to get the mindset that, look, we're going to go out and do what we do best. You know exactly what each of you can do. Just go out and do it. Perform. Don't think about the competition. Don't think about who you're up against. Do what you do best.
Timeout on the floor. Vivian Stringer's Rutgers Scarlet Knights ahead of Wisconsin with under 4 minutes to go. 69-54. Big Ten women's basketball continues tomorrow here on MSC at 2 o'clock as number 3 Purdue travels to the land of Lincoln to take on an always tough Illinois Fighting Illini. Catch it again Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock right here on MSC, your ultimate sports connection. Badgers have missed their last 8 tries from the floor. Sims fouled on the way in. One of the bonuses off of that, though, as we head into the bonus situation, Camille, is that at the free throw line, Wisconsin 15 of 18, so they're getting some points there. And Sutton-Brown really commits her 5th foul.
That's going to be really important for the Badgers is why not create, why not get yourself to the free throw line, because that is what's to your advantage. One thing, though, one thing from the first half that they're not doing as much this half is getting the ball into Stomsky. She's performed well in the first half, and she hasn't had that many touches in this second half, her or Sims.
Stomsky with 17 points. As you see, Tammy Sutton-Brown going to the bench. Her replacement is Shawnetta Stewart, who was on the bench resting. Not a bad replacement. Put your team's leading scorer back into the game. Tell you what, you talked about the looks, just checking the halftime statistics. Stomsky 0 for 2 here in the second half. Got into foul trouble early with those quick 2 fouls to give her 4 for the game, but that's definitely altered Wisconsin's offensive possession so far in the second half.
Definitely.
Sims pokes it away and looks like she's going to get called for the foul instead. 3:30 to go. It's a 13-point game. Number 3 on LaTonya Sims. That puts Stewart to the free throw line. 75% shooter. Stewart 1 of 2 in this game. Team high 16 points. Make it 17. And she hits another. 71-56, Rutgers. Black in trouble. And she gets the timeout just in time before she gets whistled for 5 seconds. Well, Rutgers defense, we talked about that during our open, and they have impressed throughout this game.
Well, they're so quick. They're just everywhere. They're everywhere that you want to be. And right now, the Badgers coming out of this timeout might set up a specialty play where I would like to see them shoot the ball, even from the outside, set up Black for a 3-pointer, or pound it into Sims or Stomsky underneath and get them back on the free throw line.
Rutgers defense only giving up 55 points a game. That ranks in the top 5 in the country. Big roar from the crowd, Camille. Just got a final score in the NFC Championship game. Atlanta pulling off a major upset over the Vikings in overtime, 30-27. Can you believe that?
Oh, wow.
Moore with the right hand. Nice move. Down to 13 again. Let's see what Wisconsin can do on defense here in the last 3 minutes.
And you see they've gone into some three-quarter court pressure.
Rutgers going to work that shot clock a little bit too. Down to 8. Pointer. Ball stripped away, ball loose now. Powless. And the possession arrow favors Rutgers though at this point. Moore was trying to scoop it away. And Powless' natural reaction, I'm sure, is just to grab the ball and hold on to it.
And just hug it, so that it can be called for a jump ball, because she could not get up and she couldn't see where her teammates were. So that was a smart play by Paulus.
Fresh 30, though, for Rutgers. Stewart inside. And she travels. So Wisconsin forces the turnover. Let's see if they can take advantage of the break.
Now that's the defensive matchup that I'd like to see is Stewart against Sims. You know, two players that are top of their programs going against each other. It's a good competition.
Oh, excellent competition. Well, you like to see good matchups. You like to see good players on the court going at it. Moore gives it up. Stomsky off the window. Now it's an 11-point game. 2:15 to go.
The Badgers are not giving up. They are continuing to put the ball into Stomsky's hand. Is a smart move by the Badgers. And you see the crowd are encouraging them to put the pressure on Rutgers, not allowing them to score.
Oh, what a huge three-pointer by Young. My goodness, Wisconsin chips away and gets it down to 11. Now only 1:36 to go. And Moore turns it over on the travel.
Well, you know, Moore is known for her spin move. She creates space that way. And as she penetrates here, she's penetrating into the gaps, spins around, but actually runs into one of her own players. But she needs to continue to do that because she can hit other players as well off of that spin move.
Final 90 seconds. Pointer in trouble. And a tie-up, and it's going to be Wisconsin basketball. 1:25 to go.
Great defense by the Badgers. They got her going backwards on that play. We can watch it right here. You see Tamara Moore comes up and gets her going backwards, and as she's going backwards can reach and deflect the ball. That was good defense.
I'll tell you what, I'll give Dee Dee Pay credit. She made sure that she didn't fall on the opposition. She falls on her own teammate so she doesn't draw a foul. You can tell she's been around.
Oh yeah.
She's been playing for a while. She's
and you
a
know,
junior.
and she was mentored by famous Badger basketball player Keisha Anderson. So.
That's right. Boy, you talk about quick and effective. Boy, she was fun to watch. Sims down low, and I'm sure Vivian Stringer doesn't want to see fouls at this point.
Oh no, because that allows the other team to get back into the game. You know, you want to, at this point, if you're the opponent, you know, just put the game away so that you can get some rotation of some girls that haven't played all season, that kind of thing. But I have to give credit to the Badgers. You know, they are not giving up. They're pushing it to them and getting themselves in good position to come back.
Well, Rutgers opened up the second half as Sims connects that first free throw on a little flurry, and they build a 17-point lead, and Badgers just in the last minute can only get within 11. That's as close as it's been here in the second half. But you've seen the chances and opportunities. They've just gone by the wayside for the home team here today.
That's right, but I have to continue to say that, you know, they want to make this a good game. Let them know that we can play with Rutgers. We're not going to make this a blowout.
Stewart is fouled by Black. So Stewart heads to the free throw line. Jane Albright-Dieterle just continues to encourage her kids to play ball. And you can't stop coaching at this point, nor can you stop playing.
Oh, definitely not. A minute is a lot of time, and you can come back with a couple of quick threes, and, you know, then you're close. Then you're close.
Time out on the floor, 1:03 to go. 74-62, Scarlet Knights. 63 seconds to go, and we'll count them down right here. Craig Deshawn and Camille Williams with you.
Michigan State defeated Iowa 70-64.
And it's been one of those games, Camille, where you talked about the opportunities being there, but you also talked about some of the key factors that just haven't gone the way of Wisconsin right now. The rebounding certainly has been a key in Wisconsin, also with 24 turnovers, but Rutgers surprisingly with 23. They take care of the ball pretty well. They're obviously known for forcing the turnovers, but
Well, it depends on what kind of turnover you have. If it's a travel, you know, that kind of thing. But if it's a steal that leads into a transition bucket, you know, those are not very good turnovers. So you have to maintain control. And the Badgers right now want to come out, maintain their composure. Again, they played with Rutgers. They don't want this to be a blowout. And Rutgers at this point, they want to continue to be aggressive defensively as they have and cover the shooters, because I have a feeling that the Badgers will come out and want to light up a few threes.
One quick way of getting back, especially if you can connect, that's for sure. Rebounding is gone Rutgers' way at 31-18. But Wisconsin has scored 19 of their points off the free throw line, 19 out of 22. And there's a true Wisconsin Badger fan right there, the painted face.
That's Jane's brother.
Is that
Jane
right?
Albright Dieterle's brother, yes.
Well, he's got a right to paint his face. He can do whatever he wants if he's the coach's brother.
That's right. He's a true Badger fan. And one thing, I think that was Jim. She has two brothers. One's Dan, and one is Jim. And
how can you tell with the paint on?
well, the significance of her brothers is her brother Jim came up with the Badger Ball logo and the Badger Ball saying.
That's right.
To distinguish the women basketball players from the men basketball players here. So.
That's right. When we say Badger Ball, of course, we mean women's basketball. Block for three off the front of the iron. Pointer the rebound, final 45 seconds. Gilmore. It's 78-62. Rutgers will improve to 15-3 on the season, and the Badgers will fall a game below 500 at 8-9. And remarkably, in the 5 years that Jane Albright Dieterle's been here, that match is only the second time, and it's happened within a week span, though, that the Badgers have been below 500. It shows you what a winning program this is. 3 NCAA tournament appearances. They have to really fight down the stretch to get there this year. Stewart leads Rutgers in scoring with 20 points. Stomsky for Wisconsin leading with 19. Sims shot blocked and the ball loose out of bounds. 3.4 seconds to go, and Wisconsin one more crack here. Badgers will fall for only the third time here at the Kohl Center since it opened a year ago.
And that is key. You know, on your home court, you definitely want to win games here. And that's only their third loss since they've been in the Kohl Center. You see how protected they are of their home court.
Vivian Stringer and Jane Albright Dieterle say hellos and goodbyes as Rutgers tops Wisconsin here at the Kohl Center this afternoon. For Camille Williams and producer-director Wade Rowan, I'm Craig Kashan saying goodnight from Madison, where the final score, Rutgers 78, the Wisconsin Badgers 62. Good night, everyone.